Okay, and we're back for another episode of Breakfast with Bros. It's your guy Gene.
And I'm Joel.
You know what I mean? What's today? Is today Wednesday?
It's the 16. Yeah, man. It's hump day.
Wednesday the 16th. Happy hump day, everyone. That means you made it through the middle of the week.
Yep,
And if you
yep.
look forward to the weekend, it's right around the corner.
Yes, definitely,
Uh,
definitely,
as
definitely.
always, episode brought to you by the Redemption brand and also Genetics. Links will be down low in the description. How you feeling today, brother?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. It's another day, and it's actually over 60 degrees here in New York in March. You know,
Nice. Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
so you
got
know, I
shorts
sat
on.
down on my
So
steps a little bit before coming on here. I was sitting outside, just allowing the sun, to just hit my face a little bit, man. So I'm feeling good.
okay.
How about you? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Went to the gym this morning. Worked
Oh,
out with
early
my
start.
homegirl, Phoebe again. You guys seen her on my personal Instagram. She's heavily involved in women's flag football and has, you know, great connections. So she's doing a lot of great work out there for the ladies, and we were able to get a workout in today. So I was happy
That's
about
dope.
that.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
Keep on
man.
going, man. I got to get my tail back in there.
Yeah, yes,
Consistency.
sir. It's so funny because a lot of people don't know, like they see on my Instagram, like all the workouts, and that is my lifestyle, but they don't know you were one of the first people after high school that got me into the gym. Back when we used to go to Bally's Total
Oh,
Fitness
yes.
on
Yeah,
Tuckahoe.
on
Yeah.
Central.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Central and Tuckahoe
wow.
right there.
You
Yep, yep.
taking it back because
All the way
that's
back,
not even the
man.
Bally's anymore.
Nope, not even the Bally's. They went from Bally's
Are
Total
they 24
Fitness
hours?
to Bally's Fitness to Bally's Woman and then gone,
Yeah,
I
gone.
think.
Just RIP.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So today is gonna be a busy but productive day for me.
Yeah,
Recording with you right now. Already went to the gym, gotta walk the dog, do a little tightening up,
yeah,
go
yeah.
go see my massage therapist to keep my body right.
Oh,
You know,
that's a good day, man.
gotta
That's a
brother
good
putting the body in pain, you gotta make sure it's right too, you know.
day.
And then we're going down to the Blessed Beyond Measure podcast,
Dope, dope.
which you were there. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I was
Yeah.
down there, man.
Okay. And how was
Yes,
that?
sir.
What that's what
Enjoy it.
that's what our brother Yanel. How was that
Yanel
experience?
Harris, man. Shout out to Blessed Beyond Measure.
Yes,
Yanel
sir.
and Melissa out there doing great things in the city of Yonkers and beyond. So shout out to them, man. It was dope, man. It was great to reconnect because we've known Yanel, for long,
A long, long
long,
time.
long, long, long time.
Hmm.
Blue Devils all day.
Yep.
You know how that is. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, it's gonna be great. They had redemption on there, so I know they're gonna have genetics this week. That's dope, man. I love the work that he's doing out there and the small business
Hmm.
forum that he has, the
Yes,
platform. That's
sir.
really amazing.
Yeah, man. It's yeah. Small business Saturdays. He got Men Monday, Women Wednesday,
Yes,
and
yes.
other topics. And it's definitely blessed beyond measure. You know what
Oh
he's
yeah,
doing.
oh
So
yeah, oh yeah.
he's
Listen,
doing
man,
a
I'm a
great,
fan
great
of
job.
all of our brothers and sisters out there, man, just being productive, man. I'm
Hmm.
here for it all, man. Shout out to
Yep.
listen, whatever you're doing out there, man, whatever you're passionate about, man, we support you, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep living out
Yes.
your dream, and
Yeah.
man, just give it all
And
you
we
got.
gotta get a date with him. He actually wants to do a joint podcast.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
it'd be
We got to
cool.
get this done before the spring, summer.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Definitely.
So it'll be cool. You and I both go on there as individual entities, and then
Yeah.
on there together as one. To
Yeah.
do that. We also still have John Clash, who we have to
Yes,
set
we
something up
do.
with.
John
I
enjoying
reached
that
out.
Puerto Rico weather,
Yeah,
man. Shout out
yeah,
to John, man.
yeah, yeah. I reached out to him. He said he has to talk to his agent.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course, of course, of
And his
course,
agent is Jesus Christ, by the way. So,
of course, of course.
but no, he said he'd be honored. So I think that's amazing. No clash for some time, and
Yeah,
just a great guy. He's a great
yeah.
guy,
Clash
man.
used to sit behind me in school, man.
He probably
Always
cheated. He
sleeping.
probably
We
cheated
can
off
talk
you.
about that.
He probably cheated off your paper when he was awake. So,
Well, you know what? I don't know about all of that because I was probably looking over somebody else's paper. So we had a whole
oh,
line going.
oh man, y'all took the definition of paying it forward and really really took it to heart.
Facts, facts,
Oh my
facts.
gosh. So what we got today, man? A couple of things
Yeah, yeah,
was on my mind just to lay it out there for everyone. Again, if you see me, it looks like I'm not directly looking at you. Remember, I have my laptop here where I'm looking at Joel with my camera right here. But today we're gonna pretty much talk about persistence, being in charge of your journey,
Yeah,
being accountable for your decisions, whether good or bad, and then
yeah, man.
along with consistency.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think we could just have an overall discussion and see
Facts. See
where it
where we go
takes us.
from there.
Yeah, and I like we could start with being in charge of your journey. You know that kind of you need consistency and persistence
Yeah,
to be able to
yeah,
do that. And along with being in charge of your journey does mean that you have to be accountable for every decision you make.
yeah, yeah. And and it's funny that you just said that, man, because everything that you just said is 100% correct, 100% right. And one thing that I learned being on the journey that I am, because I'm actually, working different visions, like kind of like at the same time. And one thing that I quickly find out is I need accountability partners. There's no way you're gonna be able to accomplish everything that you set your mind to on your own. But I don't think it was created for us to do everything, on our own. There's sometimes you're gonna drop the ball on something, you're gonna forget to make a call you were supposed to make. Look, it's dope. This one you got up and you went to work out, but you wasn't working out alone.
Right.
And my thing is, you could have walked in the gym and didn't really have that much energy, but being able to link up with a like-minded individual, and they're like, come on, Gene, like, we got this, like, that motivates you.
Right.
So maybe you wasn't planning on giving 100%, maybe all you had was that 50%. But locking on with somebody will help, to push back, that energy. For me in real estate, about 2 months ago, bro, my business structure changed completely. And the moment that it did, we was able to accomplish such a great thing this past week. We had a very first fire your landlord home buying seminars, and being able to see how me, and shout out to my accountability business partner Brianna Savage. She's such a
Hmm.
savage. um and just to see how me and her sitting in a conference room, just the two of us, just sharing ideas and birthing out different things, and how we went from just having a regular conversation to birthing out everything that happened this past Saturday, connecting lenders and everybody that the neighborhood and the community will need to get information from, and to bring the information and make it available to the community with lawyers, lenders, bankers, and inspectors and agents. Man, it was just incredible. It just got me thinking, like, like just me and you sometimes, we sit here and we talk about a few things, right? But being able to hold each other accountable, right,
Hmm.
allow us to basically get it done.
Yeah, man. And that's the tough thing. Like you say, holding yourself accountable or having a accountability partner. But like you
Yeah.
say, your business shifted about 2 months
Oh yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
However, you wouldn't be in this position now if you weren't consistent on what you knew you had to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You
So
have to. You have to.
you knew you wanted to go in a direction that could benefit you, your family, and others. Right? You got to take care of
Yeah.
home first
Yeah.
before you can take care of others.
Of course.
And just that consistency of saying, "Hey, I got to do this today. I have to do this today." It may
Yeah.
not yield results
Right
that same
away. No.
exact day,
No.
which unfortunately a lot of people. So that's the thing, man. A lot of people these days are used to instant in an instant, right?
Yeah. That's that
Um,
microwave. That's that
yeah,
microwave.
I
They
say
want
it
the
all the
microwave.
time, man. You like listen, if I got some macaroni and cheese, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could put it in the microwave and reheat real quick, right? But if I put it in that oven, on a low temperature, because you don't want to crisp it up too much, and
Yeah.
you let it
Yeah.
really cook, let the
Yeah.
cheese get back, let it get
Yeah.
warm and gooey, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You get that feeling
Yeah.
as if the very first day that it was
Yeah,
made.
it's different. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's different. But I always feel, bro, if you serious, if you truly believe in what it is that you're doing, you
Mm-hmm.
have no other choice but to be consistent.
Yeah.
Like with my clothing brand, every day, the best that I can, I'm making sure that I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it like I just got 1,000 orders the day before.
Right.
You know, you gotta consistently push it. Whether you got an order today, push it. Whether you got 10 orders today, push
Mm-hmm.
it. Whether you got no orders,
Right.
push it, push
Yep.
it. You have to be consistent. You got to continue, because at the end of the day, you have to truly believe and you have to also be passionate. You gotta love what you do. You
Right.
have to love what you do, and this is why I said, if this is truly your dream, you're not gonna allow anybody to come in between it. You're not gonna let even life, get you down. Even though sometimes, look, sometimes you and I, we've been in a position where we ask ourselves, man, is this thing even worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is
Yep.
sometimes it feels like you working, but you're not seeing the results.
Right.
Right away. You're not seeing the results right away, and it just be me, man. Every time I get a little down, you'll say something to me, or Felicia will say something to me, or I'll just get like a person come in and like put in like 3 orders, or I just got an email of somebody like looking for a house, or somebody wanting to talk to me. It's just, it's just God saying like, hey, you got the right thing. Just keep working it, keep pushing it. It's going to happen for you. And I'm telling you, man, when when it's your season, oh my God, you're probably gonna be like, oh, slow down a little bit, slow down a
Yeah,
little bit.
it's gonna be an influx because you're doing exactly what you should be doing. And yeah, man, like you said, obviously we both have a lot of the same things going on. And today I actually got two orders. One
Oh,
is
yo,
something that's online, and the other item is something I didn't even release yet. But they was like, no, like I want it. I want to pop it off. I want to, and it just lets you know that I went to the gym actually to work out with Phoebe,
yeah,
and guess what she had on? She had on Genesis
gymnastics,
leggings, which aren't
facts.
even out yet. But but
Yeah,
people, you know how there's people that support you. You do your best to try to
yeah,
take care of them
of
because
course.
for me, yes, is the money great? Yeah, let's be honest, right? We need the money
Yeah,
as a resource, but for
yeah,
me, especially in this first year, it's about spreading genetics and the meaning of it and the love,
yeah.
the community that I know it can build too. So, I can't wait for the summer. Well, it's getting warm now because I'm hitting the streets with samples. Yo, you look like this size. This is what I got
Yeah,
going on. Here you go. And that
facts.
is gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of
But
course.
it's weird, man, because it's hard. It is very, very hard to take accountability for your actions when they yield negative or what we would call bad results.
Mm, mm,
It's how do you look yourself in the mirror? How do you have an honest conversation with someone? Right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to be in charge of your journey,
yeah,
every single decision
every.
matters, right?
Yeah.
I'm depending on how I look at the end of April, I'm gonna do a show in July, right? So someone will tell me, yo, it doesn't matter. You can have this cookie today. It's not till the end of April or July. That one cookie matters. So so if I make the decision to eat that cookie, I
Hmm.
have to be responsible for where I end up at. Whether good
Yes.
or bad. Whether
Yeah,
good or
yeah.
bad
For
in
the
that
rest,
particular journey.
yeah, for the rest of the month. And I think one thing that we also have to keep in mind is you come to a point in your life, and it may not be your age, just where you are mentally, right? Wisdom. You gotta be able to take a look at something, and before you push the blame elsewhere, you really have to have, that talk with yourself, like, man, okay, this didn't pan out the way that I thought, right?
Right.
What could I have done
Hmm.
better? You
And
know?
that's the tough question, right? As that's the tough man, that's the tough question. Especially a lot of people might find themselves in situations, right? Because most people count decisions and questions or results down to someone being right or wrong.
Yeah, and it's
And that's not
yeah,
always
no,
that's not always the end game about being right or wrong. For me, at this point, I think it's more so of a self-realization of
yeah,
how to always improve the dynamic or the result of anything that's related to that situation that you may have struggled from before, where you more so focus on being right or wrong, right? Because
well, that speaks of maturity, though. You have to be mature enough to view it that way, because majority of people struggle with their maturity because they still have that mindset. Well, it's a right or wrong thing. You know, sometimes both people, me and you, we both could be right.
Two things
Meaning,
could be
meaning,
true at the
meaning, like
same
in the way
time.
that you're thinking, in terms of like you had the right idea, right?
Hmm.
I remember once, I had, lost my temper. I had a good reason. I had a good reason because I was defending somebody, but I was supposed to be the peacemaker around that time. So my whole reaction just blew that whole situation out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Hmm.
made it worse. Sometimes it's not about, oh, if I'm right, that means you're wrong. No, it's that you have a perspective. You have one perspective, right? I have another perspective. But when we're having these type of conversation, it's not. I'm not supposed to listen to try to prove to you that I'm right.
Hmm.
I'm supposed to be listening to you for understanding on, okay, why do you see it this way?
Right.
Why do you,
Because
you know?
perspective is relative, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, they say perception is reality.
Reality.
That's because whatever lens somebody's living through,
Yeah.
that's what they're gonna see.
Every single one of us got some type of bias, bro. You know,
Of course,
listen, there's
of
a way
course.
that I talk. It's because of everything that I've been through. It's because of what I'm going through or what I might be going through and what I've experienced. You know, every single one of us, whether we don't think that we
What
do,
they call that
every single
implicit
one of us.
implicit bias, right?
Yeah,
It just
something
right.
like that.
It's you grow up with these things where that's when you get into the whole racism and prejudice talk, whatever.
Hmm,
Don't want to
hmm.
dive into that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we all have our bias, bro.
Sometimes.
It is what it is, but you have to get to a level, like you said, maturity, where you realize, like, okay, I know that most of the time when I'm in this situation, I look like this, and most of the time, I might decide to do this. Like you said, you're supposed to be the peacemaker, but you
Yeah,
blew up. So
yeah.
after you blew up and whatever happened, you had to be responsible.
Enough.
You had to be responsible for
Yeah,
because you made the decision to blow up.
yeah.
That wasn't assigned to
No,
you,
no, no,
right?
no,
You
no. Yeah, I
chose to
reacted
do that,
wrong. I reacted wrong. I had
right?
the right attention, right? My intentions was right, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I went about it the wrong way. And I,
Right.
I truly feel that so many of us struggle with uh accepting responsibilities for the part that we played
Mm-hmm.
in whatever the situation
It's
is.
because it's hard, man.
But then it's a side of mature because listen, at the end of the day, look, you my brother, business partners, all of that, confidant, you name it, right? If we have a disagreement, it's not the, well, I can't deal with you no more. It's not that, like, it's okay. We're not always going to agree or see things the same way. Listen, you've gone through some things, whatever it is, and I had to come at you some way to where I know you didn't want to hear it, but it's what
Mm-hmm.
you had to hear, and vice
Right.
versa. You understand? Like, if you just want to be around people that just literally like kiss your feet, just tell you whatever, people don't care. That's not love. That's not
Right.
love. Like, at the end of the day, you need people that loves you enough to check you, to
Yeah. I
let
mean
you know, like,
that
hey,
that whole thing is right. Like people always say, there's no growth in your comfort zone, right?
nah,
So
never.
we're talking about how it's like it's tough to admit when you might have made the wrong decision or reacted the wrong way,
Yeah,
right? That part is tough, but then also being accountable for it, which means accepting responsibility, that's even tougher, right? But that's where you grow because now you're outside your comfort zone. You made
yeah,
these realizations, right? You have to admit to yourself, or even if you owe it to somebody else to admit,
yeah,
to the situation that occurred. I don't want to say the
yeah,
wrongdoing. I'll say the
yeah,
situation that
yeah,
occurred.
yeah,
Now you have to be responsible enough to accept accountability and do whatever it takes to overcome that, man. Like, bro, like I always say, right? People say to me now, they're like, yo, you got this going on, that going on. I'm like, brother,
yeah.
5 years ago,
Hmm,
5 years ago,
yeah,
I was in a place I didn't want to be in, and whether if I liked it or not, I had to be like, bro, okay, you got to think because what decision, parentheses S, decisions
yeah,
did you make to end up here?
yeah,
And then you got to think, you got to accept what those decisions were,
yeah,
and you have to say, okay, I can't make this type of decision again at this juncture in my life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Yep.
you have to, but along with that comes the persistency to stay with what you know you need to do. You know what we need, bro? You know what we need? You
Yeah,
know who the most persistent being ever is? God.
yeah.
Ever.
True. True.
Always there,
Yeah,
always chasing after us, right?
yeah,
Leave
yeah,
the 99 to go for the one that's not
yeah,
even thinking about him.
yeah.
And right, we want to be Christ-like, right? And
Of
God is
course.
Christ's Father, right? The Trinity, and we need to practice that patience and persistency of God when it comes to many things, bro.
Yeah,
Because that persistency and consistency can build about the patience that He has with us that yields love.
yeah, but it's
And
not human nature to want to wait. It's
right,
not human nature to automatically be good at patience, right? I mean, right? There's a scripture that we love, that most people don't really like because, like, wait on the Lord, right? Wait on the Lord. I'm like, wait on the Lord. Like, I've been waiting, which, like,
right, right,
how much longer? And then every
right.
single one of us have a mental biological clock, right? There's a specific clock, right? And
Hmm.
we always attach that clock to our age. I'm
Right,
getting 30 now.
right.
I'm 25 now, and this hasn't happened yet. Then I hear people say, I'm at this age right now, and I thought by now that
Hmm.
I would have been married. By now, I would have had a business. By now, I would have had children. And we just the thing about it is because subconsciously we're actually comparing our lives to our peers, right? Because if Eugene is in a great relationship and we're the same age, and I'm like, yo, how is he in a great relationship? And I can't even
Can
start
I
one.
can I tell listen, man. First of all, one of the there's two things, right?
Yeah.
Consistency, sorry, comparison is a stealer of joy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then also there has been relationships that have been lost
Yeah.
and damaged because of that exact thing you just said.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Eugene and Sparkle, they're in a great relationship. They're
Mm-hmm.
married. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that. I deserve that. I need that. Why do they have that? And
And I don't.
the
What's wrong with
wise
me? And
the wise thing would be to know that first of all, we're human, so it's not perfect.
yeah.
And then second, we work very hard we work very hard to be where we're at, and we're working even harder to get to a better place, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at three, if we have something that you think you want, conventional wisdom says, right, stay around the fire, right? That's what they
Yeah.
call it, right?
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah. Yeah.
if you have access to that,
Yeah.
you want to place yourself more around that.
Yeah. Yeah. And not allow yourself to feel a negative about it,
Hmm.
right? Because obviously it's something that you want, so that's a positive thing. It's like, you know what, I should be looking at it, this happened for my brother, this happened for my sister, you
Hmm.
know because success leave clues,
Hmm.
right?
All the time,
But so many of us are not interested on picking up the success crumbs.
bro. So and here's the thing, man. Like people, like I say it all the time, every once in a while, right? People, legit, I promise you, people hit my DM, yo, exercise, meal plan, what do you
Yeah,
do, yada,
yeah,
yada,
yeah,
yada.
yeah,
And I always tell them, like, hey, I can tell you, I can even show you, but what I can't do for you is the work that I do that you don't see. Meaning, I can't cook your meals for you 2, 3 times a week like I do, right?
nah,
I can't stay up late for you like I do sometimes to go
yeah,
get my workout in when my wife and son is sleeping.
yeah,
I can't sacrifice one night of sleep for you like I do to hopefully make it up later on throughout the week to make sure I
yeah,
get my meals, my workouts, and all these things in. I cannot do the consistency for you. And a lot of people just don't have the grit in life. They haven't developed the teeth, the grit in life to be able to
yeah,
be consistent around everything.
yeah,
And then they look around and they say this can't be life. But the thing
yeah,
is, every single decision you made or didn't make,
yeah,
yeah, this is your life. That's
yeah,
that's yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's a result
and
of
and this
everything you
is
did or
why
didn't do.
And this is why people like that would definitely benefit of having an accountability partner,
Hmm.
because when you haven't been consistent, at being consistent.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know where to start and how to actually do it. You got to start small. You
Right.
got to start small. Wake up every single day, and you know what? This week I'm going to make sure, let's say, I wash the dishes every day this
Mm-hmm.
week. Be consistent at something. Start small. Get used to it. Right? Get used to it. You got to walk the dog at a specific time. Set an alarm. Whatever
Right.
you have to
I was
do.
gonna say that. I was gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, set an alarm. What you have to take steps. What do I need to do? You know who you are.
Right.
If you're not, bro. There's been time where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be up at like 4:30 in the morning and this, and that, and and I'm playing myself. But you know what I do? I speak with Alexa. I speak on my phone. I
Yep.
set like so many different alarms because I know I'm not gonna get up on the first one. I'm not gonna
Bro,
get up on the first
I so I'm looking at my alarm. I got one, two, three, four, five different time slots, right? And
Yeah,
they all get named something else
something.
according to
Yeah,
what might be going on at that time of
on
my
that
life.
day.
And
Yeah.
and some people you watch this, maybe you heard that before, but this might be the first time that they even thought of that concept to set multiple alarms. Why?
Yes.
Because I know for sure if anything is gonna be in my hand or be around me to remind me, it's gonna be my phone,
Your
right?
phone. Yes.
Maybe writing it. Some people like to write it down. Like my wife,
Yeah.
old school. She has a book, bro, that she writes in every
Yeah.
day with about 3 to 5 things that she has to get done. Maybe
Yeah.
she does three, maybe she does four, and the next one
Yeah.
carries over. But she
Yeah.
writes it every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's one.
Listen, whatever works. That works for her. That works for
Yeah,
her. So everybody has to find what works for you. At the end
yeah,
of the day, you can do it, man. You can get it done. And sometimes, look, we just need a little push. Look, I almost dropped the ball today, and my accountability partner reminded me about something that I said I needed to do last week. Like, hey, did you ever run these numbers? Da, da, da. I'm like, oh, because I ended up getting busy with planning on what I need to plan, for the weekend. And I was so
yep, yep,
excited, about that, which again, we accomplished something great. But then there was also something else that I needed to do for the upcoming week that,
right,
it like escaped my mind. So, but because I have an accountability partner, right? Because we will ask each other, right? Because we meet every Thursday. We meet every Thursday for a couple of hours in the office to work on what we need to do, what we need to get done for the week coming. So by Wednesday, we always have that call before we meet. Hey, was everything on the list accomplished? So I write all of her stuff down. She write all of my stuff down. So
right.
then it's like she's not asking me what I did. She's like, so you were supposed to do da 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 da. Did that get done? You were supposed to make the call to the lender today, the Jeffrey guy. Did you guys speak?
Right.
And then also too, I'm not waiting a whole week to answer these questions every single day, just like you and I. We talk every single day. There's a good morning text that goes out. Went out
Yep.
the date, this and that. Where you at? Da, da, da. She's like, oh, I'm in PA. I'm doing this, and this and that. I'm like, okay, dope. And she's like, all right, what you got going on? I'm in the Bronx right now. Da, 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 da. Every single day, you need help along the way,
Yes, you do.
and you got to connect with people that's heading the same direction. You can't
Yep.
just talk just anybody. Okay, if the person around you is not moving like you want to move or like you like to move, you got the wrong people around you. You got to change your circles. You
Mm-hmm.
got to change your circle. You don't have a circle, you have a line. You don't have a circle. So you have to be extremely careful about.
Yeah, because especially if you're doesn't matter what age you are, right? It's just whether
Nah,
if you have whether if you
nah.
have
It's where you are on your mental.
this trait or not. A lot of people are still easily impressed upon, right?
Yeah,
So if you're one of those people, then you know that unfortunately you may have to cut ties with those type of people a lot sooner than other
yeah,
people would. Like for me, listen, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be so honest. This might sound crazy. I don't care what y'all doing. It ain't gonna stop what I'm doing. Y'all go ahead.
facts,
Like I don't care
facts,
what y'all doing. I
facts.
don't care.
Yeah,
Like like when I have my
that's
goals,
distraction.
yeah, like when I have my goals, just like don't get in my way. Like, and I mean that like respectfully because
Yeah.
you're gonna, like Kobe said in that commercial with Kanye, is it the same? Are you the same animal or a different beast?
Hmm.
That's what you'll see. Like just stay out my way because I
Yeah.
know what's set in my heart to do.
Yeah.
And initially, like you said, we had questions about, am I supposed to be doing this, whatever. But listen, man, like they said, when God leaves the footprints in the sand,
Yeah.
like I always tell you, when I'm like right when I'm at that brink of like, yo, man, I think I'm doing this wrong, or I
Mhm.
think this is too much self, right? Because
Yeah.
I want to be careful that
Yeah.
it's not so much self,
Me.
because
Mhm.
everything I'm doing, I need to make sure that God is involved and that
Yeah.
He approves. Like I have
Yeah.
to. That's me. Like I don't
Yeah.
feel right if I feel like it's not being blessed. And I know that some people they say, yeah, but if you're making progress, I'm like, yeah, but I know and hear if it's truly being blessed or not. And like
Yeah.
I tell you with some things, when I'm getting ready to give up, and he's like, nah, man. So there's a ram over there in the bush for
Facts.
that particular
Facts.
situation. Go
Facts.
ahead, do what you need to do and
Yeah.
continue, because this is where I need you to be right now. And
Yeah, man.
that's a great
And
feeling.
bro, and that's how it is. And you said something there that was extremely important. And people are like, well, you're making progress. You making see the thing about it is, am I making progress in His will?
Right.
Because my thing is, and we can accomplish just about anything, but are you
Hmm.
accomplishing what you're supposed to be accomplishing?
Right.
Are you in the industry that you're supposed to be in?
Hmm.
Like, I gave up my 9 to 5 to work 24/7.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's not for the favor of heart, man. It's not for the
But
favor of heart.
it's so you just said, right? Are you in the industry, right? And
Yeah,
uh, initially, and even still now, sometimes, right? When we taking
yeah,
on a new occupation,
yeah.
I'm like, it keeps me away from that Sunday service, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that's two things that was reassuring to me. I told
Yeah.
you this many times, and I believe I said this on the podcast many times, is that when
Hmm.
I first got to work, right, and obviously after people got to know me, they say, yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't know what to expect, but when we asked around you through the company and stuff, people said that
Hmm.
he's a man of God.
Mm.
And that for me to hear that, taking on a task that initially is keeping me away from fellowshipping the way I want to
Hmm.
fellowship, to
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
that that's what I'm known for, is like,
Mm.
okay, there's some work that I need to do here.
Of
What
course.
exactly is it? I don't
What is?
know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I get messages from time to time, or when people are around me and they say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to curse in front of you," it's like, it's what I'm saying. They're like, "Yo, you don't never curse," and I'm like, I, I don't, you know. Hey, man, you say what you say,
Yeah.
and it's cool. Like, I ain't judging you. You know what I mean? And get messages where people always remind me that, like, God is close to me. Like people that wouldn't necessarily, practice the way we practice, so to speak, but
Hmm.
they believe in God. I get messages saying, just remember that God is there with you. And that's refreshing to
Yeah.
know, like I said, right? God is persistent and consistent. To know that He's still right there with me
Yes.
makes me feel good about what I'm doing to provide for my family.
Exactly, man. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And again, it's a journey, right?
Hmm.
It's a journey. You had to grow into that. And anybody listening here, man, we didn't just wake up like this.
Hmm.
And where we actually are right now, it's not our end point. you know we're still on this road, we're still on this journey. There are
Yeah.
things that the both of us and individually that we need to work on, that we struggle with, that we have to battle every single day. But we wake up every morning being consistent, knowing the fact that we know that today's going to be a battle. So we take it as such. We don't pretend that some things are not happening. We don't pretend that we don't need to be available and to do what we have to do. We got a schedule. We got a
Yeah.
schedule, and no matter
Yeah.
how we feel, and sometimes I'll be tired, mentally and physically, but
Yeah.
if it got to get done,
Got to get
it
done.
just it just has to get done.
Sure.
As a man, you don't get to call out of your responsibility,
Right. Right. Nope,
right?
not at all. No
No,
matter
no,
no matter what's no
no
matter what's
matter
going on.
no matter what's going on, we don't get to call out of our
Mhm.
responsibility. You know what? I don't want to be a husband today. I don't want to be a father today. Can you imagine? Like, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like picking up these kids today.
Right.
Right? Let them figure out how they're gonna get home. Like, no,
Right.
when you wear right, heavy is the head of the crown, the head that the crown sits on.
Mhm.
Everybody, you want a crown, you want to be called king, but until you got to do king stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to be in meetings you don't want to be in. You got to make decisions that you don't really want to make. But everything in life, and your life is always going to be the results of the decisions you made and the decisions that you did not make, at the end of the day. So you have to be wise enough to know, where am I going? And if you don't know, guys, it's always okay to ask somebody you feel comfortable that can lead you towards the right direction.
Yeah.
Period.
Agree. And without saying too much more, we're gonna leave it right there. I think you summed it up, gave us the benediction of the sermon. Um, and as always, guys, this is Breakfast with Bros. Please
Yep.
like, comment, share, subscribe. Check the links in the bottom. We appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day.
Peace.